Good morning, you guys. Today is Wednesday and it stopped raining today. I was going to show y'all. This is probably going to end up being a long video, I think. But I want to show y'all the weather and different things. So I'll go ahead and show you what the sky looks like. It kind of looks cool looking. It stopped raining. It rained so much yesterday. But it's like blue, clear, puffy clouds, also with dark gray clouds. Look at how dark it is in some places around the sky. And I want to go ahead and shout out, this video is for my brother too. And my brother is right now in the Letcher County Jail, and his name's Jared Ryan Adams. And so I just wanted to do this video for him. And I also wanted to shout out the inmates that he's in the cell with. And it's cell 121, I think, is the right one, I believe. But anyways, the first part of this, I just want to show y'all what the weather looks like. Having a beautiful day today. Feels wonderful out here. I don't know what the temperature is. I'm sure since it feels so good, it's probably in the 70s or late 60s or whatever. And it poured the rain the other day, but it stopped raining today. And it's just nice and wonderful out here. There's a little slight breeze around here, but not much at all. But look at how gorgeous and beautiful the sky looks. Beautiful, gorgeous sky. I mean, even in the dark part, it looks cool looking around the sky. I'm just gonna walk around the yard because this is what my brother requested me to do, is just kind of film. I'm not filming my face because he requested me not to. I guess he didn't want to look at me. But anyways, I'm just showing y'all what it looks like around here, showing y'all everything. So I'm going to try to take my time and just show you guys what everything looks like. My septic's still leaking like always. Let me see, they might be coming in here on the side by side there. Might be coming inside here, so I'll turn the camera because some people don't like to be filmed or nothing on the camera. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, gorgeous day. I'm drinking a pop too, guys. I'm drinking a Crush, Orange Crush, as I'm filming. We'll wait on this truck to pass by. But yeah, that's a gorgeous tree there of my neighbors. Well, I might not talk so much on this video. I might just film and show you. This is down Black Bottom Road here. And then there's my house. And there's the driveway. See how dark the clouds are in that direction? Look at how much trash I've already got. And this is just Wednesday. It's almost all the way full. I always have a ton of trash around here. Okay, I'm going to start walking up the railroad tracks here to show you guys some stuff. Like I said, this video is going to be a requested video. This is from my brother and the fellow inmates at the Letcher County Jail. They requested this one in cell block 121. Yay! Everybody give a shout out and a hand to the inmates at 121. I'm already out of shape from walking up the railroad tracks. Trying to show y'all the trees and the sky and stuff too. This is looking down the railroad tracks here on Black Bottom Road. Looks like they put some railroad ties or whatever those things are called. They're over in a pile. Somebody did. Looks like they did it up there too. I'd say it was the railroad people. Excuse me. Because it looks like there's a couple piles of them. But, and I'm sure that that's why because there's a couple piles. It was the workers. Looks like my cats have tore down my living room curtains there in the living room. This is where the train blows the whistle at. That's why there's a W. See the clouds in the sky. There's a butterfly over there in those bushes. This pot makes me burp. An acid reflux. Alright, I'm gonna walk. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and walk around the bottom, because like I said, I was requested this video. This will probably end up being kind of long. To be honest, it'll probably be kind of boring for most of y'all to watch video, but I was requested this video by my sibling, my brother. I only have one sibling, and so he requested me to do this one. He wanted to see around the yards and different local spots around here, because unfortunately, I'm assuming, and I hope I'm wrong, Ryan, but I'm assuming he'll probably be facing about 5 years once they transfer him over to a prison. So I could be wrong, and I hope I am. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. That's just what I've heard. But you know how that goes, Ryan. So please don't take me word for word of it. But anyways, that's why I'm doing this video, is for my brother. So everybody, please give my brother some love. His name is Ryan. In the comments, if you don't care, I'd appreciate it if you give him some love and prayers, or whatever you feel like doing that's positive. And also for the other inmates in cell 121, I'm pretty sure that's the right cell. Look at how pretty and gorgeous the sky is today, though. Like I said, it's mostly been raining the past few days, which we did need the rain. We don't now, but it had been raining. I don't know if they're giving rain today or not. I thought they was giving rain for the rest of this week, but I could be wrong. Anyways, this is what the garden looks like. I think only Dad, Ryan, and maybe the neighbors up the road there, I think they're the only ones that planted on this side of the garden this year. There's a butterfly. I don't know if it picked it up or not. But I guess down to probably, I'm assuming, those little posts that's sticking up down there. I can't zoom in because I'm holding this pop in my hand, but there's a little post sticking up there, and I'm assuming that's probably where Dad's garden ends this year. So he put out quite a bit more than I thought he was. It looks like he's got some lettuce planted here, some different types of lettuce. This is what lettuce looks like when it's not on a head from the grocery store, you guys. I actually prefer mine from the grocery store. That fake lettuce, it's probably not good for you, but that's what I prefer. And I don't know what these things are. I'm assuming they're mustard greens, but I don't know. I don't know my vegetables, homegrown vegetables, that much. Looks like, I think these might be, I don't know, maybe those are peppers. I'm not sure what they are. Looks like he's got some corn down there. I guess I could walk you down this way first. I don't know. I guess those are potatoes. I'm not sure. You all can tell me what you think it is in the comments. Comment section. I probably need to be learning this stuff. Oh well. Here's some corn. I know what that is. That's corn. Looks like he's got 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of corn. Pretty good sized rows there. And then, I don't know what those things are. I have no clue. I'm not even going to try to guess. That's cabbage. I know that's cabbage. I like cabbage. Now these are tomatoes. I know what those are. So I know 3 things out of the garden anyways. I know the corn, cabbage, and tomatoes. I don't know what these are. There's a bunch of them, whatever they are. He has his garden kept up really, really cleanly looking, like, I think. The way he does his rows and stuff. He's always working over here in his garden. Now, I don't know whose section this is. I have no clue. It could still be Dad's. I don't know. But I'm thinking that down there is the neighbors, you know, on the other side of the railroad tracks. There goes a bird. And then up above there, we'll walk over that direction. I won't walk all the way into it though. And I'm pretty sure that's divided up above there into 5 different families, you know, of the same family, but 5 different family members or whatever of a different family. All right, let's walk around this way, around the garden. My allergies are kind of trying to bother me a little bit, you all. So if I sound stuffy like it, that's why. It's because of the allergies. If I'm not mistaken, the reason the Cabbage Patch Kids dolls was an actual thing, I think there was actually Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't really know the full story behind it, but I think there was. Some of y'all might know in the comment section. I think there's something to the Cabbage Patch Kids story though, but I just don't know exactly to tell y'all the right thing or what it is. But there's something to it. And I'm not talking about the doll line, the story, because that's a different thing. The storyline to the dolls. I know a little bit about that, but I'm talking about in general, the Cabbage Patch. There's something to it where it's got its storyline or whatever. Okay, here's some more vegetables. I don't know what they are. I think those are mustard greens right through here, but I'm not positive. And then that's lettuce. I know that's lettuce. I think this is broccoli right through here. Yeah, I think that's broccoli. Looks like broccoli down in there to me. So it's broccoli and lettuce right through there. Trying to show y'all the sky every now and then. Here's some more little bitty baby cabbages. I think that might be potatoes across there. You guys, whenever I do long videos like this, I don't know why, but I don't know if it's my internet connection or if it's my phone or what, but I do have the new iPhone Pro Max 17. I think it's the best one you can get right now on the iPhone line. There's a couple little onions, but it takes me forever to upload videos now on YouTube. If they're like 30 minutes to an hour long, it takes me forever to do it. So I don't know when this will be posted, y'all. It's very nice and peaceful out here in the bottom. Very, very nice little peaceful breeze we're having right now. You can kind of see it. I don't remember that there's some onions all down this road. I don't remember the name of the movie or nothing, but whenever I see like gardens like this and nature and little breezes like this, that reminds me of that movie. I can't remember the name of it. It's a really good movie. It's like it's kind of like a horror scary movie, and I think it had that guy, one of those brothers, Wahlberg brothers in it. I think Marky Wahlberg or whatever, maybe. I'm probably wrong. But anyways, like whenever they're staying at this old woman's house or whatever, farmhouse in that movie, trying to escape, because I don't know what it is exactly. I can't remember. I just remember it was a really good movie. If you like kind of horror movie or whatever type thing, suspense movies or whatever. But something to do with the environment. Whenever the wind blows, it makes these people go crazy and they start like offing themselves. You know, it was weird and eerie, but I liked that movie. I don't remember the name of it. Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about in the comments section. But I'm pretty sure it had one of the, there's a dragonfly, had one of the, I think it was Marky Mark Wahlberg or whatever. I don't remember. Anyways, though, that's what nature, and whenever there's slight breezes and like farms and stuff like that blowing, reminds me of, is that movie. And I can't get that image out of my head, even though I like that movie. I like a little bit of horror movies. I don't like the real religious-based horror movies, though. I just like or scary movies or whatever. These are all onions right down through here. I'll try to walk and talk at the same time. I can't hardly do nothing at the same time. I lose track of thought or whatever. And my mind wanders off or whatever. But anyways, that image I can't get out of my head during that movie is they go to like this place. It's kind of like a housing, like a modular home, I think, showcase thing that they have set up. And outside of it, they have like a lawnmower. And probably some of y'all know what I'm talking about. There's some big old onions down through there. But anyways, they this group of people that was walking in the field to that modular home section or whatever. I guess there's nothing planted in through here. They've already got it out. But all of a sudden they catch a breeze, and I think it's the breeze is what makes people, I don't know, something with the environment makes people go crazy, or the breeze or something. But anyways, they catch that breeze, and whenever they do, one of them people goes over to that lawnmower thing, and, well, we'll just say he lays, there's a white butterfly flying around there. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. He lays pretty much in front of the lawnmower, so you know what happens. It is a really creepy movie. Like I said, I wouldn't watch it if stuff like that bothers you, because I've never been able to get that out of my head, even though I like that movie. I've never been able to get that scene out of my head. Those two scenes like that of people doing that stuff, you know, in that movie. It's something to do with science is what they found out, though, in that movie. And then it went from America, just like how everything else does, or whatever. It went from America to over in Europe. And then people over there started doing it. And they told them, you know, I guess they told them what to do for it. So here's some more lettuce. It looks like he's got growing, but it's just starting. But yeah, I can't remember the name of that movie or nothing, but it was a really good movie. I guess I need to speed this up a little bit, because I don't know how much charge I've got on the phone. Every time I see a breeze though like that, like I said, it makes me think of stuff like that. So you shouldn't watch scary movies or whatever if you can't get those images out of your head. Here's a big old tree over here in the bottom. I don't know what kind of tree it is. I should know. I went to tree class. I guess I didn't learn nothing. Didn't learn much of nothing anyways. Guess I'll have to do tree class another time. I probably won't though, to be honest. There's some bamboo across the creek over at the neighbors. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. All across the creek over there. There's some bamboo growing. There's a big old mud puddle. I'll try not to talk as much either, so you all can listen to the nature. Pretty tree here. I'll finish drinking my pop. Here's another mud puddle. Yeah, I used to take these little tops of leaves on these trees when I was a child and take them off and pretend they were green beans, like I was stringing green beans when I was a child. There's the bamboo across there. And there's the creek. This is Blair Branch Creek, I guess is what you call it. But we are on Black Bottom Road. It's not too dirty looking. I've seen it worse before. Here's some kind of English ivy or something growing up the thing there. Ooh, I had a mosquito on my leg trying to bite me. I'm sure it bit me a little bit before I could swat it away. Here's another tree here. Looks like a rainforest in through here next to the creek and stuff. It's really muddy all around through here. Like I said, we've been getting rain for days, which we needed it. I need to paint rocks again. I haven't painted rocks in a couple years. Looks like that rock on that tree right there and the one next to it over here. Looks like those are some good rocks to paint on. And that one right there sticking out of the mud. Looks like a perfect rock. A big flat one. Almost like paper. Here's the trees here. Mud puddles. Very slippery and muddy right through here. I don't think I can go through the mud here. It's so muddy. We'll have to walk around this way. I'm not gonna walk completely up here though for you all. I've done it before in some of my older videos from a while back. But anyways, there's a garden. There's gardens up this way. This belongs to a totally different family up this way. And it goes all the way up to the church house. There's a church house up above these gardens and where the road meets the highway. But anyways, these gardens belong to about, from that little hump right there, that hill I think, all the way down through this other part of this lower bottom belongs to 5 different families. They're from the same family, but it's 5 different groups of family members, if that makes sense or whatever. But I'm not going to go up on their property. I have before in the past. I'm just not doing it in this video. So I'm going to start walking back around this way for you guys. Show you the creek a little bit. See all that bamboo across from there? I like bamboo, but they say it's very invasive. You know, you don't want to plant it next to your house or nothing, because it'll grow like really fast all the time once it starts taking off growing. And you can't hardly get rid of it, is what I heard. There's some moss on the ground there. But yeah, the creek don't look too bad, like as far as being dirty and stuff and polluted. It really don't look that bad right now. I've seen it a lot worse. And I don't know why it don't, because it's not like anyone's cleaned it or nothing. So that tree has some unusual decals or whatever you want to call it on the side of it going up. Alright, I'm going to start walking you down here to the other part of the bottom. The lower part down here. That is a big old tree barrel right there though. It's a big one. It's a big tree. It's an old tree. Okay. We'll start walking down this way now in the bottom. Yeah, I've made videos over here before in the bottom, taking y'all around and showing y'all different things. It's just been a while since I've done it. Skies is gray behind me there. Someone's tracks is over here in the bottom. Some little walnuts. I think those are walnut trees. Here's a tree that's fell not too long ago in between there laying on the other. Whenever it's crossed like that, a tree, that's what they call a widow maker, because sometimes people go underneath them trees like that when they're crossed, and you never know when they're going to fall, and it's usually men like out hunting or something, and that's why they call them a widow maker, because usually the men don't survive it whenever that happens. I've heard of a lot of people here in eastern Kentucky that's unfortunately been unalived by trees and stuff, whether they're like working out in the woods, logging or whatever, but trees make a lot of casualties and stuff around here. I like this tree leaves on that. It looks tropical looking. I'm sure it's the walnut tree, but I don't know. That one right there looks kind of like paper on its bark going up. Alright guys, we'll move along. There's some little flowers, yellow flowers. See how the bottom gets lower right through here? Lower as we're going down, it gets lower. Here's some more of those little flowers, little yellow flowers. I don't think they're buttercups, but they might be. Now this right here is called white man's foot or plantain. There's some big old stalks of it all around. That's really a useful resource for, I got a spider web in my mouth. For like bug bites or a lot of things. You can use it for a lot of different purposes. Here's a light purple looking little flower. And no, I don't know what all these are. I hear something on the other side of the creek there. Something sounded kind of big. I don't know what it would be. Here's another little plant. White blooms on it. I'll step back because there's flies all around that plant there. And gnats. The gnats are getting all over me. There's another tree right here. Both of them, all of them really, have quite so big barrels on them. There's one that I think looks like paper. I know it's not a paper tree. I don't think it is anyways. This one here has got a big old barrel on it too. That one looks like it's shedding off paper. Just kind of showing you guys where we're at as we're walking. You can see the creek in there. There's a bee. I missed it. I skirted off. I gotta get a drink of pop. There is a highway across the creek there. It's a little highway. I heard something over through here on one of these trees. I think it's this one here, but I can't see what it is. These gnats are driving me nuts out here. Oh, here's some of those little aggravating red bugs. I don't know what they are. I hate them things. Sometimes you'll see those things out in my driveway. I think they like heat, whatever they are. Rocks and concrete, whatever those things are. I hate them. The gnats are so bad, flying around my head here. Looks like those gray dark clouds are coming back around this way again. We'll probably end up with rain again this evening probably. Okay guys, looking on this other side of the bottom here, straight in front of me, maybe down this way a little bit more. I'll walk down this way a little bit more, show you guys. Pretty yellow leaves right through there on the ground. And I don't have it on zoom because I'm still holding that pop can in my hand, guys. But whew, look at that. That looks weird and unusual looking. I can't zoom in, but look at that up in that tree. That looks kind of creepy looking. Whatever that thing is, that mass on that tree up there. Look at that. It kind of looks like a big old figure or something. I don't know what that thing is. I can't point to it either. It looks weird looking. And I do keep on hearing something up in this tree over here, like up this way, but I don't see nothing. It's weird. It's kind of loud too. To be making that much noise. But anyways, okay, probably more so I need to go further down. I gotta go further down anyways. So I'll point the camera up that way, that part of the bottom, so you guys can see. I'm freaked out now. I know it wasn't nothing, but it just looks creepy. Whatever that thing was back there in that tree, it looked creepy looking. And I kept hearing something. Oh, look at there. It's got flies all around that little, is it a muskrat or a possum? Y'all see it? I can't zoom in. I'll try to zoom in. There it is. That's probably what was making the noise. It has flies all around it, poor thing. I'm going to try to zoom in and show you guys. Little poor thing, it had little flies all over it. I guess it's going down to the creek. I don't know my animals, guys. I don't know much of nothing. There's some kind of little flower on that thing growing. Little whitish looking flower. It's pretty. That might have been what was making the noise though, was that little creature. What is it, a possum? I don't know. Anyways, here's a little ditch line here in the mud across there. We'll walk over there in a second though. I probably need to take the zoom out. I think I got it out enough now. This one here, this tree here has a kind of an unusual looking pattern on it and a big barrel. It probably won't be too much longer than that one will probably fall, I'd say. Y'all, the flies and gnats are driving me nuts. Okay, what I wanted to show you, which I've talked about it and showed y'all before on other videos, but this part of the bottom, probably right straight here in front of me, this used to be like, I think my grandpa, my dad's dad, he probably had a house in through here straight in front of me somewhere when he had his first wife, his first marriage, and I have no clue what it looked like or nothing like that, but there was a house over here on this side before. This side of the bottom, like in through here somewhere, there used to be an old house that used to belong to my grandpa. And then his second wife is my uncle's house now, up there, that gray house. That's where he lived at before he passed away, my grandpa, my dad's dad. So he did have a house here and a first wife. They never had no children though, and then they obviously divorced. But his first house was over here in his adult life. And then he moved up there. So I wanted to show you guys that, or talk about that a little bit with you all. We'll continue walking. These flies are terrible though, they're biting at me. Okay, I'm gonna have to probably, I guess, get up here on the grass more to walk through all this, because I just got flip-flops on and pajamas. Now, during that flood of July of 2022, all this got washed out, all these houses across the creek, and something bit me, mosquito. And also, if there had been anything over here in the bottom, everything would have been washed out during that time. So it's a good thing that nobody did have no houses or nothing like that over here in the bottom, because over here in the bottom during that flood, it looked like an ocean, a little bitty ocean. And the yards up there next to my house, they look like lakes. They was covered over with water. Now down here is some more bamboo. Look at this bamboo. Like I said, it just takes over. It grows and takes over, the bamboo does. I like the bamboo though. It was, if you planted it, you would just have to plant it somewhere that you knew it was going to take over at, is all I know. But look at how big and huge these things are. Tall. A lot of people use these bamboo for like fishing rods. Quick and easy, fast fishing rods is what they use them for. But it looks like a little bamboo forest all the bamboo in there. And here's some little bitty baby bamboo growing. See, it's little like that whenever it first starts, and its leaves and stuff, then it gets big like that down there. Now this is a big tree. That's my cousin's houses. And they did get flooded out during the flood. There used to be a brick house in between. It was a ranch style, and it got completely destroyed and flooded out during the flood. This tree right here is huge. It's been here as long as I can remember. As a child, used to belong to my aunt. This tree here, it's a big old tree. Got a big old base on it. Big old barrel. Okay, this is what the bottom part of the bottom looks like. We're gonna start walking. Looks like we will get rain later on this evening. It's starting to turn dark. Really dark over through here. But that 2-story house down there, that red one of my cousin's, it was up to her front porch. That's how high the water got during that July flood of 2022. Okay, you all, I'm gonna start walking down this other direction now, showing you guys back to the house what everything looks like. I guess I'll just take the railroad tracks back. Looks like there's some daisies growing over there. There's a railroad sign. Okay, I'm gonna try to walk the tracks back, and hopefully we won't meet a train. During that flood of July 2022 though, it probably got up to this dip of the railroad tracks. That's how high the water got up on that side, the side next to the bottom. Okay, we're walking the railroad tracks now back, guys. Like I said, hopefully we won't meet a train, because the trains don't run as much as they used to around here. We might have maybe 4 trains a day, maybe, I'm not really sure. Not that many. Not that many at all. Used to, whenever I was growing up, we probably get close sometimes to 10 or 12 trains a day. But when the coal mining industry left, so much did the trains did too. So we don't hardly get trains like we used to. You can kind of see over in the bottom there a little bit. Don't know what that one plant was. Now the sky's starting to clear up down through here. Now, in that flood of July of 2022, this whole other side of this Black Bottom Road down here, it looked like a big old river or lake or something. That's how high the water got up. And it was up, you can see it on that house there. It was already up to the roof of that little building, and it still has like the flood lines on it. It got up, I'd say 4 or 5 feet inside of that house. It was covered, you guys, during that flood of July 2022. We did have a flood back in February 15th, I think it was, of 2025. But it wasn't as bad this time as what it was last time when that flood happened. But the one in July of 2022 was terrible. And a lot of places have been either torn down or not even been able to recover since then, since those floods and stuff. But that house right there got destroyed during it. A lot of these houses did. Mine wasn't that bad at all compared to the rest of them. I was really blessed. All it basically did for my house was surround my house. It did look like a lake, but it didn't get on the inside of my house. But that lower section, it got in the bottom part of my house, not on the inside of it, but on the bottom part of it. Beautiful sky. There's a hawk up in the sky there. We're almost back up here to my house. There's a little yellow butterfly, little brown one. They like that purple plant, whatever that is, the butterflies do. I've seen more butterflies out this year than I've seen in my whole entire life, I would say. You're not legally supposed to walk on the railroad tracks around here. So if I got caught doing this, I would probably be fined or get in trouble. Okay guys, we're gonna start going down now, off the tracks. I'll walk you guys around the yard a little bit. Yay, we made it off without falling. That's a good day, good thing. See how my septic's leaking out there? It's always been like that. It just keeps getting worse. I'm gonna get me a drink of pop while we're walking. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys in my yard first. My backyard anyways. I know y'all have seen it a dozen times, but like I said, everything, I'm doing this for my brother. I'm doing this video for my brother and Cell 121, guys. Shout them out. 121. Letcher County Jail. Cell 121. The inmates there. Now all these flowers in this flower bed is already grown up, overgrown. I'm sweating, y'all. And then over here, this fairy garden's grown up, overgrown. Show you guys this bird's nest out here. The little baby birds. There's 3 of them. There were 3 eggs. There's 3 little baby birds. It looks like they're napping. It's their nap time. Looks like we got an orange, I think it's calla lily blooming out. I can't zoom in right now, but there it is blooming out there. This is what the pond looks like. It's nasty looking. At my feet and toes there, I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Little mushrooms. Little mushrooms. Here's some more flowers bloomed out. And there's the pond. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna start walking you around these other yards now. Sorry, but this video is going to be mostly a silent video. Like I said, I'm mostly just doing this video for my sibling. He requested it, and so it's going to be mostly silent. But I'd appreciate it if any of y'all would shout out my brother. His name is Ryan. And then the other inmates, their names is, their cell 121. Looks like that McDonald's Happy Meal toy's in the pond there. What's his name? I forgot his name. I can't keep up with them, you all. But the little purple man, he's in the pond. This is the neighbor's pond here. They had a tree that fell about 3 or 4 years ago, I think, that they just left in there. And here's a little toy truck that's fell in the pond. Or probably one of my nephews threw it in the pond, to be honest. My brother's little boys, I'd say. This is the other neighbor's pond down here, down this direction. I'm not gonna walk up in the weeds or the mountains here because it's so weeded. I'll take you through the other yard though. We'll go up here and I'll show you this one little fairy thing that my mom's trying to make. This is my mom's lettuce and green onions and cucumbers, I think. My nephews put up this little tent. They're gonna camp out. See, around where I live at, we have all kinds of wild ferns that grows here on the mountains. Here's some more mushrooms growing on that stump. Those are the little fairy garden things she has on them stumps. I guess I'll take you up here, try to show you a little dinosaur cart up in there. I don't know if y'all can see it or not in the weeds. The mountain of my nephews there. Start working our way down. It's just too hot. I'm getting sweaty. Okay, I'll start walking, you guys. We can't go in the backyard. It's just too covered over in weeds and stuff. I'll walk y'all around here in this other yard. My niece is gonna take this right here tent thing with her when she goes to Tennessee to that Bonnaroo or whatever. There's some more mushrooms at my toes, you guys. That Bonnaroo Music Festival coming up in June in Tennessee. Her and some of her friends excuse me, are gonna camp out there for that concert. My allergies are bothering me. Let me take a break right here while I'm recording and get me a drink of this pop and just take a breather. That's the old side by side my mom had. It's not working no more. I wish they would fix it up though. Okay, I'm gonna take you guys around. Now, like I said, I can't take you back there. It's just too junked over and too weeded up. That's my mom's backyard. Take you around here and show you over here at I don't know who that is coming up the driveway, but take y'all and show you around my dad's yard now. I'll show you it right fast. Dad's got a pretty rose bush over here too, a pretty colored rose bush. Here's a wishing well. Over here, my dad's yard. A little bit of shade over here in his yard. Here's a Japanese maple. Japanese maple tree. I think these are called hydrangeas, but I could be wrong. And here's this big rock that my dad's had. He's moved it around a few times in this yard, but he's had this big rock here ever since I can remember as a child. We took plenty of pictures on it as children. Okay, I'll show you guys around here now. The deck of the pond. It's falling in. The hose and stuff is. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I can't zoom in right now. But at my toe down there, there's a little seed. It looks like a quarter. It's a little brown round seed at my foot and toe down there. That is a seed for the vine, the wisteria vine that grows up in this tree here. And I'll show you guys that in a second. See how the hose and stuff, it's falling in on the deck and it's molding. It's so hot out here, you all. This is a fountain that used to work. It hasn't worked in probably a decade plus now. But here's the pond. I might have to get off here, you guys. I'm not really sure. There's somebody pulling out of the driveway there. I don't know who it is. But Anyways, I guess they're leaving. I don't know who that was. Anyways, though, we'll continue on. So this is where they feed the fish on the pond here. There's another view of the pond. Yeah, this deck ain't gonna last too much longer. It's rotting big time. Got holes in it. Okay, I wanted to show you all this wisteria, which I've showed it to you before, but I'll show it to you again. This wisteria vine was just one little branch and it grew into that. Look at that though. That looks like a snake curled around that tree right there. The way that wisteria formed. You can see it all up and down through there. All up and down in the tree. But that looks like a snake to me. The shape of it curled into that tree there. It's just, I don't know, different, unusual looking, I guess you could say. All right, I'm gonna walk around here, show you these boats. This boat right here, they've had that as long as I can remember. There's a little blue butterfly on the ground there. And there's that tree. It's got moss in it too. There's another wisteria vine growing in on this other tree down here. This is a weeping willow tree right through here. Now, weeping willow trees are very evasive trees too. They're just like the bamboo. They will take over and their roots grow into everything. So they're just like bamboo with their roots. They can pull up concrete, you know, and go through concrete. This one here looks like it's dying, but this is another type of a Japanese maple, I believe. Looks like it's pretty much dead though. Take you guys back around here and show you. The chickens do get up there on that ladder to roost and stuff in the tree there. My mom had painted this years ago as American flag on this. It was just an old pallet board, but it looks like it's dying or rotting now. And then here's some kind of mushrooms growing up on that tree there. Look at how much the vines just took over on this wisteria on this tree. All right, I'm gonna take another breather and get me a drink of this pop and finish the pop off. Cheers to 121 Sale and my brother Ron. Okay. Wipe some sweat off my face before I get out of this shade. It's so hot. I guess I'll take you guys around the backyard first. I know I showed it to y'all before, but I was facing the camera with my face, and they don't want me to face the camera, so they want to see the nature and stuff. So that's why I'm redoing it for you all. This is my dad's backyard. Looks like there's a nest over there in that windowsill. Got that digging, planting, watering, weeding, mowing, growing, worn out feeling is what the sign says. I don't know how bad this deck is. Hopefully I won't fall or go through. I'll try to walk y'all up here a little bit and show you a little bit of this garage. It doesn't feel very safe or sturdy though. I used to use this as a playhouse and play down here like this was my house when I was growing up. One of my friends would play up here as that is their house when we would play house as kids. All right, it doesn't feel very sturdy at all. I hope we don't fall through, y'all. And I am out of shape. There's a big spider web. Whew. I am not very much of a fan when it comes to heights either, y'all. Just not a heights fan. That's the tree that fell down here about a month or so ago. And he won't remove that one piece of wood because that rock's behind it and it's gonna come rolling off the mountain. So that's why that's there. One time whenever I was a little girl, I was up here because this is what they built this for, was a playhouse for me. And that's behind my mom's, that's her yard. Everything is nasty and covered over. My mom is a hoarder, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, she's a hoarder. I think everybody in my family's kind of somewhat a hoarder besides me. But anyways, and that's probably why I'm not a hoarder, is because I don't like clutter and chaos. But anyways, around this door, whenever I was a child, there was, around the top of it here, there was a huge black snake from like this door frame all the way over. I mean, it was probably about 6 feet long whenever I was a child. And I came out one time out of the door here and I got so scared when I seen that. Now, I haven't been in here in years. It looks like there's a spider web here too and a couple spiders up there. Looks like we can't get in through there. But at one point in time, whenever I first got married, I lived up here for a while with my ex-husband when I was pregnant, and we stayed up here. It didn't look like that back then. Let me see if I can get underneath these spider webs. I don't want them in my hair. It's so gross. I hate spiders. But you can kind of see it here. A lot of junk. Everything's storage pretty much over here at my dad's. Shut that door. Oh, I don't like spiders at all. Alright, we'll I'm going to switch hands to record. My hands are starting to get numb. Look at my finger from holding the camera. But we'll start working our way down here through the rest of the yard again. I don't think I'm going to go up in the mountains today because it's just too weeded over and I'm not dressed appropriately. There's a butterfly, a brown butterfly. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, flying around here. But there's that big rock that the tree's holding up there. I'm trying to hold on here and go down here as slow as we can. I gotta wipe sweat off my face. But that's the top of the garage there. Okay. Go down this way. I fell when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. When I was living here, I fell from the top of those steps right there down to the bottom. I was so lucky it didn't do nothing to her. Looks like there's some rocks that fell off the hill. This one rock, even though it's watery and damp over through here, I'll show you guys. This one rock right there, triangle looking rock on the ground, that looks like the perfect rock to make like a piece of pizza with or something, or cake. if you was to paint it. Okay, we'll walk back around this way. And I'll show you guys. One time when I was younger, I dug on that hole where the water comes off the mountain there when it rains a lot. I was trying to make a goldfish pond, but it didn't work out. Here's some more hostas, and here's some more ferns. I need to dig these up sometime and plant them over there in my yard where I'm planting everything else. It's just getting time and around to doing it, you know. Here's another big old rock, but it's a flat rock on the ground here. At one point in time though, that big rock over there near the pond was over here near this other rock. And it was also out here at the barn at one point in time. So it's been moved around a few times. Here's some more hostas. I planted them here years ago. I'm the one that planted all these hostas years ago. But now I need to move them back over to my yard. Because the older you get, the less you want to take care of stuff. And you just want things in one place. So that's why. We can lift this up. See if there's any veiny chicken eggs in there. I can't see. I don't think there was. These are the Bainies. Doesn't look like he's got a whole lot of them left. There's that bleeding heart bush, but it's died already. Here's some more roosters and chickens that he has. I'm gonna take you guys inside here and show you all. This is the more Bainies that he has over here. There's a little chipmunk behind there. I don't know if y'all seen it next to the bottom of the barn. Another little purple or blue butterfly. Here's the little Bainies and their mama. They're shy, I guess. There's some hair on the ground. I don't know from what. They don't want to be filmed. Camera shy. Being camera shy, they don't want to be filmed. All right, I'll walk y'all around here around to the barn now, the back of the barn and stuff. Yeah, they definitely don't want to be filmed. The little Bainies. Let me see if I can zoom in. Those are the little Bainies. This little door right here, the barn goes in the inside of the barn. It's kind of like a little secret cubby hole or whatever. Glass bottles made it out here. This was the old one that my grandpa had, where they would lay their nests and get the eggs from. Let me see if I can come in here a little bit and show you guys. And in these crates, there used to be all kinds of them over here when I was a child growing up. All kinds of chickens in the inside part of here. I'll walk around this way with y'all. red bed tree because it's shaped like heart-shaped leaves there. This is bamboo sticks that's been dried here, you all. That's what they look like whenever they're dried. I won't film you. I'm not live. I'm just making a video for Ryan. He requested and stuff. All right, y'all. I'm not going up in the mountains today because it's just too weedy, and I don't want to get snake bit today. So I don't want to do that. I'll just do a really quick view for you guys. There's the top of the barn. I'll try to zoom in. I'm not going to go inside there. It's just too much of a mess for me to do today. And then here is some more garden that my dad's planted. And then there's the trees that got took down or whatever, cut down after the storm fell down. There's the wood from it. Okay, and then up there, I've took y'all before. I'll try to zoom in. I'm not doing it today because it's just too weedy, but that's the little cave that we used to play in as kids up on the mountain there. It's the neighbors. Look how big the neighbors' pine trees are. The ground is really wet here where it's been raining. Little yellow flare there. I don't know what those little red pieces are on that stump. There's the weeping willow. Okay, I want to take y'all over here back to my yard. Let me zoom in on these little yellow flowers. They're pretty. My aunt planted them years ago. I planted these hostas and the purple irises years ago in between there for my aunt when she first moved over here after my grandpa passed away. There's those little yellow flowers. They're pretty. We used to use this as a diving board to swim in the pond when we were kids. My grandpa had built it for us to swim in the pond. Looks like it's getting cloudy again. There used to be another little pond on the other side of the road there, the neighbors, but it growed over and turned into a swamp or whatever. This is that azalea bush it's already died out. You can kind of see the flowers there. They usually keep rocks and like trees and stuff like that in the ponds so the fish can nest on them. I think in the spring. So that's why you see like rocks. And then also the rocks help hold up the bank to the pond and stuff. Helps hold the banks up like the trees do. They help hold the banks up and stuff, trees. These bricks right here used to belong to my grandpa's house, his front porch, but they tore them down. There's a box that fell into the pond. Here's some little flowers blooming out. This is my uncle's yard. It used to be my grandpa's. This is my grandpa's second house right here. I am sweaty, y'all. Have to keep wiping my face off. My uncle's got a little garden there. Here's the pond again. It's a beautiful day. It's getting really humid though. You can probably tell it's gonna start raining this evening because of how humid it is. It starts getting even hotter and more humid. I'm wiping off my face, y'all. The closer it gets to whenever it starts raining and stuff, it starts getting more humid out here. All right, you all. Looks like my uncle's gonna mow grass, and so it's gonna be too loud to be able to hear anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and whenever I do another one for you all, I'll let you know for the inmates and my brother. So again, I appreciate it if y'all would give my brother and Cell 121 a shout out, you all, at Letcher County Jail in Letcher County, Kentucky, which is southeastern in Kentucky. Appreciate you all for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye bye.